Okay, Coleman, give me some facts on these babies.
Well, it's a cactus, and it grows in the Andes. And
One of the oldest used
yeah,
medicines for
Yeah.
visionary experiences. Called the Huachuma in the native language here in Quechua.
yeah,
In the Spanish called it
San Pedro.
San Pedro.
Or aguacoya.
Agacoya
Aguacoya.
in Argentina.
Latin America.
See? Why did they call it San Pedro? Do you know?
It's like San Pedro holds the keys to heaven. So this guy holds the keys to heaven.
Yeah, so when the Spanish came here and they were taking this, they were having heavenly-like experiences. And they thought that this cactus brought you to the gates of heaven, or gave you the key to the gates of heaven. And you can cut off the tops like this, like how Coleman's cutting off the tops and the bottoms, and you can replant them.
Yeah. So
And
we'll
they-
let this dry and then we plant that.
And they grow pretty easy. And what we're doing is cooking down the psychoactive inside of this part right here, this green part. So it's just like the skin
Vamos a
holds
tener un jardín.
mescaline inside of it. So you cut off all the skin, and then we're gonna cook it down in our little witchy cauldron over there. Other mescaline-containing cactuses are like peyote,
Mescalina.
mescalina.
The way we're gonna cut it is you take cactus like this and you just wanna
Sacamos la
Wanna
parte
skin
de
it.
la espinilla.
yeah. And you don't want too much of the white. Like this is okay.
Yeah.
But if you get too much white, then you just cut it out. So the white will give you
Porque
nausea.
la mezcal. Te cortaste con.
No. From what I've heard is that when the Spanish came, they killed all of the
¿Quieres venir,
all
Ricquito?
the shamans.
Mm-hmm.
So there isn't
Acá hay uno, pero este
actually
es muy
like an
grande.
ancient tradition
Mira.
with San Pedro anymore because it all got killed.
Mhm.
But so now it's kind of
Y
like,
yo lo que hago es
people
le
work
corto
with the
el pedazo
medicine.
así, mira,
and the ones with a lot of integrity who really work with it well will eventually then,
así,
you know, have their own way of
y luego
putting on ceremonies and their own way
lo
of,
corto así,
you know, working with medicine.
como en
But
una
it's mainly used for healing.
y aquí, así.
It with our friend, he you know, freed himself from addiction using this.
Ah, pues,
And you can pretty much buy San Pedro anywhere around the
porque
world.
tiene la
Most
parte
people
de
don't
las
know that
espinas.
it's a psychoactive medicine.
Yeah, it's like a decorative cactus.
Algunos
In a lot of
maestros
places, so
dicen
you can
que
buy it.
esto es el
Home
ojo y
Depot
lo
and
que te
stuff.
da la visión.
Yeah.
Have you ever had visions from Huachuma?
With Huachuma?
Sí.
Yeah.
Like what? What kind?
My vision when I drunk during the night. I have vision. Different visions about my life.
Eso, quería mirar cómo lo hacen para hacer
¿Qué cosa, maestrito?
esto que te
Mine like eyes closed
Sí, es una capaz.
and then
Like kaleidoscopes and stuff?
no, like kind of projected into a different life, to a different. I don't know. It was strange. It was like close my eyes and then somewhere else completely.
Seguimos.
Criminal.
So then what's the next step after you cut all the skin off? And
Well, then we'll fill it to cover with water and put lemon, like ideally like 5 lemons, I'd say.
you cook it in lemon because that helps take away some of the nausea that you get.
Yeah, because the white part has the nausea, and the lemon actually helps to take out the white part. So then we'll cook it, boil it for like 5 hours, skimming it, and then turn it off and let it cool, and then put it, get like a mesh bag and squeeze the cactus. Squeeze it out and then put all that squeezed cactus into a new pot and cover it again with water. And then same thing. And then you
Cook it down for a second time.
Yeah, and then you combine the 2 brews and you cook it down again by half. Yo quiero dar gracias para la medicina y quiero que los sana a todo y limpia todas las malas energías. Sí. Estoy muchas gracias para la medicina, para esta familia. Gracias.
¿Tú, Dakota?
Yeah, well, I'm thankful for this beautiful medicine, for bringing us together all the time.
Yeah. Yo quiero
Yo participo.
darle las gracias a la medicina. Quiero darle las gracias al Padre que nos acompaña en esta preparación, a todos los compañeros, a los maestros aquí presentes, que pusimos todo nuestro corazón para que esta medicina sea desde lo más profundo, desde la sanación, desde la luz, desde la claridad, y que todas las personas que tomemos estemos conectadas desde el amor, desde la luz y desde la claridad. Gracias, Padre, que nos acompaña.
Gracias, Huachumita, en nombre de Jesucristo. Ayúdanos, librarnos de todo estilo de enfermedad. Te damos gracias por un nuevo día que nos das y siempre nos guíe día y noche con tu bendición y proteja a todos los que estamos acá unidos. A todas vuestras familias, Padre, bendícelo, Jesús. Padre, gracias, Jesús. En el nombre de tuya, Jesús, esta medicina se va a preparar, Padre. Permítanos, Jesús, damos permiso, Padre, para estar con tu medicina, Jesús. Gracias, Padre. En el nombre de ti te pido, Jesús. Amén.
El maestro Colma dice.
Compañero,
Ok. Gracias.
Gracias.
Este es mi sopa, ¿no?
estás soplando.
And ¿por qué tobacco?
¿Por qué tabaco?
Protección. Para que esté más fuerza.
It's for more power to the medicine. ¿Qué más, Margarita?
Es que esté más fuerza. Para hacer la medicina.
It's for more strength and light.
Como en forma de soplar tabaco. Soplar tabaco no es soplar nomás. Soplar tabaco, cuando tú eres maestro, cuando tú vas a soplar una persona tabaco, tienes que tener una intención.
Okay.
Es igualito soplar una medicina. Soplar una medicina hay que tener una intención para que la medicina salga bien, para que la medicina tenga fuerza y ya. ¿No? Igualito soplar a una persona, cuando tú lo vas a soplar en la cabeza de la persona, o tiene dolor de cabeza, o se siente mal, tienes que tener una intención de que la persona pase el dolor de cabeza, para que tenga buen pensamiento, y esas intenciones. Es por eso que a veces, antes de soplar tabaco, primero se da ícaro. Como que, ¿no?
El ícaro al tabaco.
Y ahí estás poniendo tu intención, pues, para que se limpie el dolor de estómago y todo eso, ¿no?
Exacto.
Y también y tú terminas de soplar y con esa intención mismo te vas a soplar. Y la persona pasa el dolor de cabeza o el teniendo mal pensamiento.
Porque tú pones toda tu sanación a través del tabaco. El tabaco es una herramienta, una gran herramienta. He said that when the shamans blow the tobacco, put all the intentions, and when the people feel bad, the maestros blow the tobacco and the person can heal. The tobacco is a tool for the maestros, and now when we blow the medicine, is for put a good intention, our intention, for heal.
Put just enough water in there to pretty much submerge all of your cactus skin. It's a pretty simple recipe. And that's our little juice squeezer, squeezing the juice in there.
¡Qué pesada! ¿Qué haces, Dakota?
No sé. In Peru, using these kind of plants like this is very traditional here. thousands and thousands of years of tradition using these. Not only Huachuma, but
Ayahuasca is legal. mushrooms are
Ayahuasca.
legal. You can even have like an ounce of weed on you.
so yeah, Peru is pretty hip to the plant world and the potential that it has to change your consciousness. And
Well, there's no way they could make ayahuasca legal.
yeah, you can't make ayahuasca legal. It's such like a part of the tribal traditions here. Can I see this? Gracias. Religio comes from deep in the jungle, in a little village called Vencedor. He comes from a tribe of ayahuasca drinking people called Shibibos.
Sí,
¿Sí?
sí.
¿Cuánto más?
Porque esto tiene que ir como hasta acá, pues esto tiene que hervir 5 horas. Necesitamos. No, San Pedrito.
¿Primera vez con ayahuasca cuántos años tienes?
De los
Salen
13
como
años.
6 litros acá.
13 years.
Wow.
Imagine your parents giving you ayahuasca when you're 13,
Y una
and
bolsa
how
de
much that would change your life.
Para mí también.
His little brother, I think he was even younger, like 8 or
He's like 13 now,
Ahora.
right?
No, he's I don't know.
He's young.
Okay.
Here's a little Huachuma growing right here. It doesn't get much sunlight, so this is a little one, but this is kind of what it looks like. And it's just growing around other stuff. So here are my little Pokédex of psychoactive plants. You can see here is an old drawing which represents a mythical snail next to the Huachuma cactus. And it actually says that even some of the snails that live on the cactus they're psychoactive themselves, the snails. Because even the snails that live on the cactus are said to contain mescaline. And here's another image. I think this is actually the oldest image we find of carvings of ritual use with using the cactus. The sacred snails actually do often sit between the ribs of the cactus. So these guys right here are collecting little snails. Look, it shows these shamans collecting the snails. The snails that live on the cactus, they suck the juice out of it and it gets mescaline in the snails. So then they take the snails. So it says traditionally that the shamans here would actually mix the brew with this here. This is called, here in Peru they call it toe. Or in the States we call it angel's trumpet. In Mexico they call it flor pondio. It's a scopolamine tree. Very well, you don't want to try this one. It's very toxic. Whoa, there's about 1,000 little bugs living up there. But yeah, this is the toe flower here, and I think that you can smoke this or this little pod. You can take the seeds, grind the seeds up, and blow the seeds in people's face, and it gives them a sort of compliant amnesia, where they'll do anything you say and have no recollection of doing anything that while under the effects of the toe. But yeah, you don't ever want to try this one. This is very toxic. You could die from it. But traditionally, like the shamans that just go real far out, they'd mix it with this. Fernando was saying that that people that do this without like a proper teacher, they have the worst experiences possible. I have a friend that he did it a few times, and he said it was like every cell in his body was pure anxious, like just vibrating anxiety. That's what Robbie told me when he did toe. It's an interesting plant though. I don't know why. I like it.
Advisable not to drink it.
So you're scooping out just like the top bits?
Yeah, the scum.
The scum. So there's going to be a layer of scum that you want to scoop out if you decide to cook this.
Impurities. It's the same as like when you're cooking a stock,
Bueno, que no confirman nada,
a chicken stock or something. You clean
vai que demande,
the impurities
vai
that
que
rise up.
demande e não paga. Bueno,
In
que
the
bueno que
water,
mandar,
the
não
lemon
manda
helps
nada.
to take out any of the white part that we put in there.
Eu mesmo vou
So the
pagar.
white part gives you nausea.
Ah, depois eu
So then the white
mando
part
que
rises to
pague,
the top,
não tá tudo, vai,
and we
que eu digo,
skim that.
quanto até poder, que vai, lá, que eu nada paga.
All right, so it's day 2 of the preparation of Huachuma.
So we're just gonna ladle it into this, and then I'll squeeze it, and then basically we're gonna move all this brew into this pot, squeeze all the cactus, and then the cactus that we squeezed, we'll put it into this bowl, and then once this pot is empty, we'll put all the squeezed cactus back in the pot, fill it up with water again, and brew it again. And then later, we'll combine, once we brew it again, then we'll combine this brew that I squeezed with the new brew, combine those two, and then you cook it again. Reduce it by about half. More. Yeah, well, that's fine.
So after you put all the pieces through and wring them out and put them in here, then you put the juice, leftover juice in here and put it through this. Okay, so now you should be left with 2 after you wring out the bits, and then you'll be left with just the juice that you squeezed out of the bits, and then you got your cauldron with the bits.
Fresh water.
And fresh water to cover them. And then we're going to cook this one down again and do the same thing that we did with this one, and then mix them and then cook it down one more time. Right?
Yeah.
Right, Fernanda?
Right. Quiero ir a un spa, quiero ir a un spa.
Spa.
Sí.
This is what it should look like after you're done cooking it. You cook it down to this.
It's a little bit slimy.
Yeah.
Not too much, but a little bit.
Súper strong.
Put a little more for Dakota. Just all of it.
Sí. Este es para Dakota. Este es para coma.
No, it's para ti.
No. No. Tú puedes. Es medicina.
Sí.
La vamos a recibir. We will receive with love. Gentle. Salud.
Got a little bit of grass in mine.
Dakota, basta. Dale, boludo. Concentración. Con amor. Recibimos la medicina con amor. Está fría, no tiene mucho sabor. It's cold. No have.
Yeah, when it's cold, it tastes like fruity
Yeah.
fruit punch. Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, it tastes like fruit punch. Oh, fuck.
Dakota, basta de bad words. No. don't. I want to kick your ass. I want to give thank you for this quarantine.
Sí.
And we are together here. It's a pleasure to stay here with you in the Andes, in the medicine, cooking medicine. And thank you for the comment, guys. Thank you. I love you so much. Thank you. Salud.
Salud. Oh.
Salud.
Salud.
Está buena. It's good. No, it's soft. It's good. No.
Did you know that Lord Shiva listened to high tech?